Alright, welcome back to the garage. Today we're going to be installing the steering column, surround bit, I guess it's just a steering column, and my fancy dancy new steering wheel. So let's go ahead and head over to the car. Alright folks, here's the Spiromatic steering column. Right here is or steering shaft rather. Here's the steering column. Got my fancy dancy wheel over yonder. So what we're gonna do here is take the hey, I'm gonna need that steering wheel retaining nut off. Toss that there. Take this little plastic bit off, throw it over there along with all the other detritus, however you say that. All right, so there are a lot of random seals and fixtures and fittings and whatnot. So this is the steering column to firewall seal. So what this does is goes over here, but all the way down to the firewall. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. See? Yeah. Up there. So that goes up there, and it goes around here. And then this guy right here actually butts up against the steering box. So we'll stick that to the side for now. We'll take, all right, well, and then this one, let me slide that off. See how it has an angle to it and whatnot? That actually seals up against the firewall as well, I think. Heck, I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. I have the factory service manual, but reading that's for suckers. But anyway, this has 3 holes in it, so that'll actually bolt up to the firewall up there. Cool. So let's slide this guy up a little bit here. I'd rather keep it kind of high, that way it's out of the way when you try and shove it on there. Now, this, I'm assuming, goes down, actually slightly to the left, because right here is probably the slot to center it. So, all we're gonna do here, we're gonna take this, we're gonna slide it over, and then you should see it. Oh man, this is an awesome angle. Alright, where are we at here? There we go. So it's starting to poke. Cool. It is now on the steering column. Then we have this guy right here. So let's get this centered. So the wheel goes right there, or the column rather. This guy goes all the way down there to help center it. And you know what I need to do? Let's probably get a screwdriver. What do we got here? Let's grab this guy and take the centering collar, make sure it is all the way down in the bearing. Now I do have a spring for that, and I will show you that momentarily amongst the litany of parts that you need for this. But so there's a spring that goes right over here. And then the hub's gonna go on there, and then the wheel go on that, and that's it. So turn signal stock goes there. Got that little slot in the bottom. Wiring's down there. We'll slide that stuff down there. Let's do this because this is the most visually interesting part. Spring, boom. And that's what actually presses down on there. Let's get the work phone out the way. What is this? This is my horn button. There we go. So right here is, let me angle it down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. This is my wheel adapter. I wonder what that roll pin is for. Oh, that's probably to locate the little sleeve in there. Let me show you. All right, so I got tree parts right here. So this is just a little trim ring that has a couple set screws in it. That's what keeps that locked in place. And this is yet another trim ring that goes on here somewhere, probably like that. All right, so I don't remember where we were. I had a work call come in, but anyway, get the spring on here, and that's what actually presses down on that little center locator, which rides within the needle bearing in there. So that little spring goes right there. That's what I was doing. I was showing you. So there are two different collars, two different styles. I'm gonna go with the one on the right. It's just simpler. It's more my style, and it doesn't flare out as much. I don't know, whatever. I prefer this. So we're gonna stick it on here, and then this is gonna go on there, and Bob's your uncle. So on here, you might be able to see, let's see if I can bring it in a little bit. There's a little dot right above the threaded hole there for the steering wheel. You want to make sure, so my steering is as centered as I can get it, and it's close enough. But you want to make sure that dot is in fact vertical, or near enough to vertical. And then you're going to want to take your nut here, compress that spring, toss the nut on, and then take your trusty little gun, buzzer on. All right, on. And then what you're going to want to do, so you have the collar here, which lines up to the steering column, but you don't want it to be right against there, because what that'll do is it'll squeak and rattle and wear in, and nobody likes it. So you're going to step it off, you know, 1/8 of an inch or so. And I'm not sure if it's going to be metric, because it is a Chinese adapter, or if it's American measurements, freedom units, because it is in fact freedom units. All right, it is metric. So there's 2 set screws. I'll put them on the sides. All right, so we'll go ahead and get this one tightened up and make sure it's pretty even all the way around, so it looks good. We'll get that guy tightened up. Yeah, cool. I'm good with that. We'll nip it up a little bit more, like so. Comme ça. Awesome. Next is this guy. Actually, you know what? Before I put the wheel on, I'm gonna get underneath there just to get you angled so you can probably see better. I'm gonna get under there and just mush everything where it should be. Probably not gonna do it on camera because it's a little snug down there and pretty dark. All right, so I added on my little turn signal. But yeah, now that's all buttoned up down there. Should be waterproof, good to go, or water resistant anyway. Now let's, look at this guy. Yeah, that's looking good, isn't it? Now I can make vroom vroom noises while I'm in the car.
Hey, genius, you want to know why I bought the car, huh?
Not really.
To drive it! You know, like on the street with the honk honk and the vroom vroom and no walking involved.
Give it a rest.
All right. Let me grab this. So in here, I got a little trim ring right here that goes over that and holds on the steering wheel. So it sandwiches trim ring wheel into that. But first, what else do we need to do? Let's take a look at this horn button right here. I have no idea how this goes. Assuming it just clips in place. Yeah, so it looks like it has a little clip right there. So it'll go like so, maybe, hopefully, possibly. Or, oh no, you know what? Yeah, okay, here's what we're gonna do. So, I don't know this is supposed to be connected right here. Why is that on there so flippin' tight? Holy cow. But I think I'm supposed to connect these two to these two. That seems logical enough. So let's try and get this guy off, shall we? There it is. All right, cool. And then we'll just leave that tucked up there. Cover that back up. That way, if I do need to adjust it or fix whatever I screwed up, then I can do that in the future. All right, so that's gonna go. Oh, dang it. Why is it so tight?
That's what she said.
Those are good. So what that'll do is he'll feed those in there. And that little spring right there literally is just a spring. So it's just held in there with tension. Orientation shouldn't matter. Boom, look at that. Now the wheel goes there around that. And then the trim bit goes on top. And then we have these guys, which probably shouldn't put them all in my hand because I will inevitably drop one. But you gotta live on the edge a little bit. All right, so we'll start one there. Start one here. Find out what flipping size these are. Not those. Yeah, what was that? 3/32. You know, I will say, metric does make a lot of sense in a lot of ways. These fractions, come on, I went to public school. Expect you to remember how to do fractions. All right, anyway, I'm gonna button these up really quick and get you a final picture. But yeah, that's how you install the steering column, wheel, hub, right, horn, all that stuff. I don't have the support bracket, that's why this is jiggling around a little bit, but really happy with how it turned out. Hopefully you can see that okay. Oh yeah, you can see that just fine. But anyway, this is my Shelby style wheel. Like it, really like it. 14-inch. Hopefully steering isn't too difficult with the 16:1, but I do have the Shelby quick steer. But anyway, appreciate y'all coming along. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk to y'all later.